Blue Barbecue and other things I want to do. And you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to make some croutons, and we're going to do them out on the grill. Get some of that smoky charcoal and some oak smoke into them, all right? We got to flavor up some French bread, chop up some French bread, flavor it up with some good garlic and herb spices, all right? I'm going to be using this stuff sent to me by a subscriber, Mr. Miller. Thank you. All right, this garlic and herb seasoning, and we're gonna make some delicious croutons out on the grill. I'm gonna be using the Slow N Sear basket, but if you don't have one of those, you can pile it up on the side. The reason I like the Slow N Sear, it just heats everything evenly, so I won't have to mix them quite so much because there's not as many hot spots, if any at all, all right? So we're gonna make some wonderful croutons. You can put them on top of soups, salads, whatever you want. Great way to use up stale French bread if you're a French bread eater like I am. Okay, what you need is some French bread. You can use the baguette, which is a little smaller than a whole French bread loaf. This is one I was using, but it's gotten stale. It's perfect for croutons. Don't go to the fresh bread section. Go to the back where they have the day-old stale bread section. So I got this at Walmart. You go to the back, not the front, and I get this off the little stale bread, old bread cart. So I saved a few cents by getting the old one. Why? Because you need old bread to make the croutons. All right, I'll be right back to show you how I chop it up. Let me get this out the bag. All right, we're just gonna take it, cut it like that. Cut it like that, cut it like that. You know, just little squares, about like that size, all right? Okay? Cut it all up in, crouton portions. Do the same with this one, but this one's not quite as dry as that one. But you want it kind of dry so it'll soak up the seasonings, all right? But we do the same with this, all right? Just cut it into little crouton sizes. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it all cut up and put it in the mixing bowl. Okay, I got the bread all cut up. By the way, my hands are clean. If you're noticing that mark right there, that is some black grill paint. I painted a base to a chimenea the other day and yesterday actually, and that paint just hasn't come off, but my hands are clean, all right? Anyway, the pieces from the fresher bread, they're a little bit bigger because they'll shrivel up when we toast them. The crumbs from the more stale bread, they're a little smaller, but that's okay. They're all about equal proportion. All right, now we need to make the mixture. Okay, we're gonna heat up some olive oil, but we don't need to heat it to frying temperature. Just, 200 degrees or so, just to get the seasons dissolved. I've got a little more I might add to it, but that's probably enough right there. All right. Well, the oil got a bit hotter than I expected. All right, I turned the heat down so it stopped rising, and I'm putting in a tablespoon, and it is frying this garlic and herb seasoning. That's okay. All right, I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of that, and I'm putting a teaspoon of the tomato powder. There's a teaspoon of the tomato powder, all right? Now that garlic will burn pretty quick. So we want to stir this around, take it off the heat, and that's the oil I want. My deepest, most heartfelt apologies to the viewers. I dumped the entire oil mixture in with the bread, mixed it all up, and the camera wasn't even on. Okay, I got them all tossed around pretty good. Those that were drier soaked up a little more oil than those that are fresher, at least, but they've all been coated with the oil and they're ready to go on my grill. Now you can do this in the oven if you want to. Set your oven for about in the 300 to 325 range and just kind of bake them till they're toasty brown and crunchy. We're gonna do that with the grill, get a little bit of oak smoke in there, all right? All right, somebody's mowing the yard. Chimney of coal's just about ready. I'm gonna dump them into that basket and I'm gonna put these pieces of oak wood on top, all right? And when I'll be back, that'll be done, and we'll be ready to put the croutons on. Okay, this is cooking just about where I want it to be cooking, in the 300 range. And what I've got is a grilling pan down here. This one was sent to me by Biggs at Biggs Home Cooking. I'll have a
Amazon link to it down below, but you can get other ones that are cheaper. Just have a grilling pan so the croutons don't fall through. I also got to looking at it and I said, man, that oil was really dark. And then I got to thinking, you know what, it might have burned a little, but I think the reason it was really dark is I put the tomato powder in it this time. I usually just use, you know, some Italian seasoning and some garlic powder and stuff, but everything was in that garlic and herb seasoning we had. So we're just gonna dump these on the grilling pan. All right, and let them just begin to toast up. Just like that, and get kind of crunchy. I'll come stir them around every few minutes or so. But when they're, you know, crunchy and hard like croutons, it's gonna be ready to go. That's all there is to this. All right. Cover it back up, and we cooking. Okay, they've been on here, I would guess in the neighborhood of 10 minutes maybe. I can see that they're starting to get crunchy, but I kind of just want to move them around. Get ones on bottom on top and ones on top on bottom and whatever, but a lot of them are getting really crunchy. Really crunchy, so they're almost done. I'll give them a few more minutes. I'll tell you what I gotta do right now is I gotta taste one. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna taste one with an average amount of the oil on it. I really thought that oil was really burned bad, but I don't think it was burned all that bad. I think it was the tomatoes that made it dark. Not quite crunchy enough, but y'all, that tastes good. You can already taste the oak smoke in it. Wonderful. All right, we're probably gonna go about another 5 to 10 minutes and they'll be done. All right, about 318. They've been doing it. It's been holding there pretty much all day. All right, it's been holding right around 320 or so, 318. And I'm sorry, let me turn off this incessant alarm. All right, you can hear them. They're crispy. The moisture is out of them. And what I want to do is take a big piece of the whiter bread that was the one that wasn't quite as dry, and make sure all the moisture is out of them like that. You see how it crumbles like that? These croutons are ready, y'all. All right, so I got my pit mitt, and all we're gonna do, pick them up, take them inside, let them cool, store them in a Ziploc bag till they go in seafood gumbo tomorrow. That's it, y'all. Croutons on the Weber Kettle with the Slow N Sear.